Alright, so I'm going to kind of recap what we learned today in class and talked about yesterday. Finding approximations of irrational numbers, so square roots that aren't perfect squares. So let's recap 41. So the square root of 41. Alright, now if we remember, that was between 6 squared and 7 squared. Okay, and I can look back at this table. Okay, 41 is right here in between 36 and 49, which is between 6 squared and 7 squared. Okay, so now to come up with an approximation, I'm going to say that the square root of 41 is approximately 6 and something. Okay, so I know 6 squared is 36, so 41 is after that, so it's 6 and something. Well, I can find out what that is approximately by saying, okay, 41 minus 6 squared. And then there's a bunch of ways I can do the denominator. One way is I can go 6 plus 7, which is 13. So the approximation of 41 is 6 and 5 over 13. Okay? So let's do another one. Let's go with the square root of 93. Okay, so I know that 93 is between 8 squared, or no, that's not right, between 9 squared and 10 squared. Okay, so now I know that my approximation is going to be approximately 9 and, okay, 93 minus 9 squared, so 93 minus 81, which is 12. 9 and 12, and I can add 9 plus 10, which is 19. 9 and 12 19ths is approximately, that's what the square root of 93 is approximately. Okay, so I also showed you, if I'm talking about just the square root of x, okay, and we're going to say that x is greater than a squared, but less than b squared. Okay, so the square root of x is going to be approximately a is my whole number, and if you remember, go back to this, I subtracted 93 minus 81. Well, let's do that same thing. I'm going to subtract x minus a squared. And I added, go back to this, I added 9 plus 10. Okay, so I'm going to add a plus b. And that'll work no matter what the number is, as long as I know what two perfect squares that number is between. Okay, now I'm going to show you some others. If you don't want to look at other ones, you've got that. That's fine. You'll also notice that you could do a, and the numerator is pretty much always going to be x minus a squared. But I've seen some people do b squared minus a squared, and that's fine. I've also seen people do 2 times a plus 1, and that works also. Okay, so all three work. And if you're wondering, I'll show you, I got this lesson right here. Okay, so this website, Illuminations, and that's where, if you want to refer to this and maybe read this, that would be fine. If what I'm saying isn't making sense, maybe you can go through and read this. See if I can zoom. I've got about a minute here. Zoom back in. Okay, and so you can go through, and if that helps, I mean, this is where I thought this was a really good lesson for one, discovering how to come up with an approximation, and two, you'll be able to have a way to approximate irrational numbers. So if you want to look at this, I'll post this link too. I'll post this screener video, and hopefully all this will help you for tomorrow. Okay, all right, see you tomorrow.